And welcome back to Clean Eating Kitchen. This is Carrie, and this is my channel where I share easy gluten-free and dairy-free recipes. And lately, I've been using my YouTube channel to share a little bit of behind the scenes, kind of some real life moments, mostly in my kitchen, but also here on California's Central Coast, where it's very rich in agriculture. So it makes it very easy to eat locally sourced meals. And so I want to share some of these with you. So this week, I made another Instant Pot curry chicken. And I made this last week, so you can check it out if you want to, but it's a high protein, high fiber recipe. And I also want to mention if you have any kind of digestive issues, that cooking your vegetables usually makes it easier to digest. And I also wanted to share that I really hate cutting raw chicken. I think it's so gross. And so in this recipe, the chicken was slightly frozen, which made it a lot easier to cut. And I also ended up buying a titanium, I guess, cutting board, which I'll share, I think, later on in the video. And these are the spices that I used in the curry chicken. Again, I'll link the recipe in the description so you can find it there if you want. This recipe ended up being a little lower carb because I didn't include any potatoes like I did last week. And many of you know I cook for myself and my husband. He has a little bit of a sensitive tummy. And so, again, I just wanted to make a cooked blended soup. And so it was easier on his digestive system. And so that's a little tip for you if you're cooking for somebody who has a sensitive tummy. And then I used some red wine vinegar to deglaze the bottom of the Instant Pot because that is really the trick to making sure you don't get a burn notice, is to make sure you don't have anything stuck to the bottom of the pot. So I saw there were like some little pieces and I wanted to make sure to get that off. And then, so I sauteed the chicken a little bit and then the veggies just a little tiny bit, and then added the broth, and then bringing up to high pressure for 8 minutes. And again, this soup is a little different because I ended up blending it with an immersion blender, and so it made it just really creamy and thick. You'll see a little bit later on in the video. But this is a great lunch recipe, and I do find lunches challenging if you're like me and you end up cooking a lot at home. You always feel like you're cooking like basically all day long. But if you can make lunch in advance and basically meal prep it, then that at least takes the pressure off. And I kind of do that with dinner too. I usually end up making a dish that will serve at least make four servings. So we'll have two the night that I cook, and then the next night will be just reheated leftovers. And that seems to work pretty well for our household. So here I'm just showing how I use the hand immersion blender and just blended those veggies and the chicken, which seems kind of weird, but it's cooked. The chicken's cooked thoroughly, so it just kind of breaks up, and it ended up tasting really good. I squeezed some fresh lime on the soup, and you could always top it with like some chopped green onions would be nice. But you can see how much it made. So this was enough I ended up freezing one of those containers, and then we had enough for at least, I think, 3 lunches. And I served that with a grain-free bun. There's a brand, I can't remember exactly what it's called. I'll see if I can link it, but it's called it was in the frozen section at my grocery store. I did a little mid-week shopping trip at Trader Joe's. These are the items that I got: some oranges, some chocolate, some veggies, some chips, olive oil potato chips, and potatoes. And then that evening, I made a ground beef skillet with air fried potatoes on the side. This is just a super simple recipe. It pretty much cooks up in about 15 minutes or less. And then by the time the potatoes are done, the meat and the veggies are done cooking. I like to cook the veggies in advance, and then I put them in a bowl. I cook the meat, and then I just put the veggies back in with the meat and stir it all together. And that's just that we probably have this at least twice a week. And then I love the air fried potatoes. They end up being so crispy and tasty. I did another little shopping trip. I got these grass-fed short ribs, and they were frozen, so I defrosted them, and I'll show you how I cook them in the crock pot. Like the easiest thing ever. I found these cassava tortillas to have as a little side dish. Those are technically grain-free. Got some dairy-free cheese slices. I actually still haven't tried this. I might make burgers tonight and try them, so I'll have to report back next week. But I saw this in somebody else's video and I thought I would try it. And then you often see I like to serve cranberry sauce on the side with most of our dinners. And that is because it's just like a little kind of a relish and a little sweetness with dinner. Just seems to taste really good. And also cranberries are good, of course, for fighting like urinary tract infections. So that's a bonus. And there's my cutting board. I haven't used it yet, but I will be using it when I cut chicken. So then I can put it in the dishwasher. And I got that idea from a YouTube comment, or maybe it was on Instagram, but I appreciated that. And then here's my crock pot drawer. I showed this in my last video, but I'm using my smallest crock pot to make the short ribs. And you do want to make sure that you don't use too big of a crock pot, because I learned this the hard way. If you use a really big crock pot and then just not enough food or liquid, you can crack your inner pot, which I have done, and I was very disappointed that that happened. So I just put these in with just a little bit of broth and let them cook all day, and then I went out and had to do some errands. I'm showing you here a few scenes around town, these beautiful roses, just sign that spring is coming. This is my personal passion fruit vine. I've been growing it, I want to say, I can't remember if this is year 1 or year 2. This might be year 2. You can see there's fruit on it, and it's doing so well. And these plants do really well in our area, and they actually make fruit, which is really nice. And then here's the other part of my yard where I have a basil plant and I have 2 tomato plants, which also are about 2 years old. And because we don't usually get a hard freeze where we live, they just keep going and going. And then this is a local farm stand that I went to and got a few. I got some fruit, I'll show you. And they have some squashes left over, I think, from winter. They have the citrus, which is in season. This is what a passion fruit looks like, but I don't buy those because $10 a pound is very expensive. So that's why I'm growing my own. And then they just have like a bunch of winter vegetables, but it's really nice to be able to get them locally. I'm showing you a few unique things like that kohlrabi. There's another sunchokes. Here's jicama. I'm just showing you a few things that are kind of unique to California, or I don't know, this area. And if you're not familiar, sunchokes, they're also called Jerusalem artichokes, but they're not artichokes, they're a root. And there's some local mushrooms. And then I just ended up getting some herbs. I got some grapefruit, I got some potatoes and broccoli. And then I ended up using the potatoes and the broccoli to serve with the short ribs. So again, the short ribs I just cooked probably 6 hours on. I started them on high and then I dropped the temperature to low. They ended up turning out so tender. And some fingerling potatoes I just tossed with olive oil and cooked in the air fryer again. And then the broccoli I steamed. And that is really it. Those are some nutrient dense, real foods. Try to avoid the processed foods as much as possible. And let me know if you like this style of video, because it's fairly easy to make, which means I can actually keep up with it. So I would love to know if you like the video, and if you do, please subscribe. And I will see you in the next video. Take care.